Hey, Nation, Harry here, back with Phelim Rowe. Phelim, hello there. What's that background? What city is that?
Well, it's Tokyo. I can't travel anywhere, so I have to imagine I'm doing a bit of traveling.
There we go. There we go. Well, I'm still doing the bookworm thing, so. Anyway, hey, you raised an interesting topic. You raised your hand about the sort of content cultural divide, and you've been talking about that lately. So what's up? What's up with content?
So, if you go onto LinkedIn and you see people make little comments like, I can't believe someone has posted something about that. This isn't Facebook. This is LinkedIn. It was ever thus, every platform always becomes a little bit Facebookish. And the same is true of content. And rather unfortunately, I saw a young professional post a very rough and ready video, and somebody tried to slap him down. And I noticed that there's a group of people that want nice, polished, post-produced, content
Right.
that you might find on the television, but they really hate to see the TikTok rough and ready, immediate, informal type of content. And I thought that was a very interesting divide to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I concur. I've seen a couple of things. One is one of our analysts, Bob Coppage, does a really nice post production, a daily minute, right? And it has the little subtitles going along the screen, so even if you don't turn on your volume, you can follow what he's saying. And so he puts a lot of time in on that. And then the other day, I'll give you an example. I probably fell into the TikTok camp myself. I took a selfie stick, and on my morning walk, I did a piece. Now, this I posted to Facebook, but I did a live piece outside a pizzeria in my area. And I told the story of a month ago on a Tuesday night, I went down there to pick up my pizza. I'd ordered online, and a tech company had taken their event money. Since there's no events, they took their money and bought pizzas for members of the community, just standing out there in little pizza uniforms and Seattle Seahawk jerseys. I didn't get a film that night, but I went back and I kind of did an on-the-fly Facebook Live recreation of the storytelling. And there's a time and a place for that. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's raw, it's honest, it's your story, and actually that's much more interesting than maybe some really polished performance.
Yeah, exactly. And I do concur. I am trying to keep LinkedIn more on the professional side, right? I'm consciously Facebook. I'll do the pumpkins and the air cooking the pumpkin seeds. I'll do some of the foodie stuff on LinkedIn, much like our interview today that will be posted up, and I'll tag you in it. I'm trying to keep that more on the professional side, but I do concur that people are cross-posting some of the pumpkins over to LinkedIn.
Well, and it's not it doesn't just stop there. I think it brings the wider question about what a brand wants to put as a message out there. There's some fizzy drinks brands which have a very tight control on their brand because they've got like 100-year plan. I get it. But if you are selling pens, why not allow your marketing manager to put their face in front of a camera and start talking about how great the pens are? People are reticent to let go of control. And if you don't want a marketing manager to do that, then surely your chief engagement officer, CEO, I think it really should be, then you should get out there and put your face on, you don't have to dance on TikTok. You can just do a little to camera piece.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the friend of the family, I don't mind saying, SolarWinds, well-known, player in the game, must have been about 15 months ago, some time ago, they started to advance some of their personalities. So they have these head nerds, right? So these are people that you may or may not know, you may or may have seen in the booth at events and so on, but they started to consciously position them out front, right, as head nerds. And I thought at a minimum it was cute. it was creative. They're still doing it. And I think there is something about brand equity when you can tie it to an individual personality. You know what I mean?
Like the evangelists.
Yeah, exactly. So we are seeing some of that. But yeah, Phelim, it just depends on the company, their corporate communication standards, and at the end of the day, probably their corporate culture. But yeah, interesting.
Do they want to reveal their corporate culture to you? That's a big question.
Yeah. Well, down in SMB, it's an asset, because our antennas are up, and we don't like Fortune 1 stuff. So, well, great topic. I appreciate you surfacing this conversation. To be continued, sir. Enjoy Tokyo.
Virtually, yeah. I can go anywhere now.
There we go. All right. Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.